Okay, here's a good one. This is about interviewing. So, if you're, in college, or maybe you're getting ready to go start some interviewing for whatever reason, I'm going to give you some, I guess, practical advice. I don't know. I'll tell you, the advice is going to come from someone who's been on the other side of the table about 1,000 times. Okay. Honestly, I have not interviewed that much myself, just a few times, because most of my work has gone over a long period of time. I have not been lucky enough not to have to jump around too much, but I have been on the other side of the table a lot. And I'll tell you, here's the big picture deal, all right? Big picture deal. We're going to do some other videos on how to prepare and all that kind of stuff. But just in terms of showing up to meet the person, be yourself, okay? Be yourself. Dress like you normally dress. Maybe a little bit, a shade toward what they kind of normally wear, but maybe not exactly where they are. It's so rare that someone sits down and talks to you and behaves exactly like they are. That's all we really want. Okay, this is back to the simple John Sterling sales method. We're really just trying to find out if our company, if what we need matches up to what you got. That's it. So why would I pretend as a hirer that I've got something different than what I have? I shouldn't. I should say, this is what it is. This is what it pays. This is where it's heading. This is where we're going. Okay, all those things are just kind of what I believe. And then you ought to say, well, here's who I am. Here's who I am. I did this. I did that. I tried this. That didn't work. This, that, whatever. And it makes the interview so much easier. If you can just relax and say who you are. Believe it or not, what you might think is weird, they might want, okay? Two true stories. I'll just pick two off the top of my head. One worked out well for the person, the interviewee, and the other didn't. So this guy, my friend Greg Gardner, he interviews with me. He's just out of Furman. And Greg was a music major. And Greg, so he'd majored in music at Furman. He had gone and gotten a graduate degree in music at North Texas State, which is one of the best places to get a jazz degree in music. And Greg was, a little bit, I wouldn't say he was hanging his head about it, but he wasn't leading with it. He was like, well, I did this, but I'm really interested in business too, and I really want to be a good salesperson. And, he was kind of bullshitting me a little bit about that. And I looked at that music thing, and he didn't know I love music. I actually play a little bit of music. And so I was just all over that. Tell me about North Texas State. Tell me about majoring in music. And sure enough, I wanted, from a business perspective, I wanted a diverse crew. I didn't want all people that went to one school that majored in the same thing in the same fraternity. So Greg, being a music major, he's different. He literally thinks about things differently and more creatively. And sure enough, he came out with the one idea that made us a pile of money. It was about a pricing idea about combining certain units together for the good for the client, good for us. But anyway, pile of money from his creative musical brain. So, he was kind of downplaying it. And he should, I think normally just say, hey, I've really been big into music, but I need to get into sales or whatever. Another guy came to see me, same kind of musical thing. And he's sitting across the table from me. And this is, 5 years ago. And he's wearing a suit. He didn't look right in the suit, Just nothing wrong with him, but he just didn't look like he normally wore a suit. Of course, I'm not wearing a suit. And at the end of the interview, he goes, well, I like your company. I'd love to work here, and you got to hire me. I said, I got to hire you, really? Why do I have to hire you? And he goes, because I've had this ponytail for like 15 years, and last night I cut it off to get ready for this interview. It's like, man, I hate to tell you, but first of all, I don't have to hire you, and second of all, I like ponytails. So, perfect example of not being yourself. I would have preferred the ponytail. We have people with ponytails that work for us now. Anyway, kind of a ramble, but if you can't be yourself at the interview, and if that doesn't work at that company, then you don't want to be there. Okay? Go find a place that matches up to who you are. That's it.